Follow along for the amazing story of a ruthless terrorist and one thing that changed everything. This is AWR 360. Deep in the jungle of the war-torn mountains on the island of Mindoro lives Gilbert. He is one of the leaders of the New People's Army terrorist group. These mountains have been plagued with vicious warfare for more than 50 years.
As the skirmishes raged around me, I feared no one. The mountains were my home, and I knew to move through them, leaving no trace.
Many times he would be the bait that started an ambush. Anytime an enemy set foot into Gilbert's territory, they were in grave danger. He was one of the most feared assassins in the region. He was extremely strong and often would single-handedly carry injured men through the jungles to safety. Through his success and bravery, the leader of the New People's Army, Commander Martin, began to take notice. Soon they became close partners, and together they were unstoppable. But then one day, some of the men around him started to talk about Adventist World Radio and how they were beginning to learn about Jesus. As they continued to listen to the messages of God's love and forgiveness, many of his troops decided to surrender, leaving their old life of killing behind. Gilbert heard that as his men surrendered, they had been given amnesty. This surprised Gilbert because his men were assassins and killers, and he did not understand this kind of forgiveness. Whenever he got a chance, Gilbert would descend from the mountains to visit his wife. One day while at home, he decided to listen to AWR and see what all of his men were talking about.
The program that played was a family series, and my wife and I really enjoyed what we heard.
As he headed back up into the mountains, he got the biggest shock of his life. He heard Commander Martin, the leader of the whole NPA, was going to surrender, and he was encouraging all members to surrender too. This really troubled Gilbert, as warfare and killing was all he had ever known. He thought about his past and his fights and what it all meant. He had hurt many people for what he thought was the truth, but he started to question if it was all a lie. He found that the more he learned about Jesus, the more peace he felt. He heard that Jesus helped others and wanted his followers to do the same. Gilbert knew he couldn't live both his former and his new life. So together with his wife, he made a decision. He told her he felt that Jesus had asked him to surrender the fight, as well as his heart. Early spring of 2021, Gilbert walked into the water with Pastor Robert Dulai and was baptized. Gilbert has finally surrendered to Jesus and is a changed man. Then, on May 2021, the NPA leaders signed the official surrender document that ended the terrorist group. It was a time for healing and peace.
In the past, I may have feared no one, but there was also no peace in my heart. Today, instead of warfare and killing, I work on a farm, and I am sharing the new messages of peace and love that I have learned through Adventist World Radio.
All around the world, there are many more who need to hear the message of peace and forgiveness. AWR is working tirelessly to spread the good news of Christ's soon return. Won't you join us with your faithful prayers and support? The work of Adventist World Radio is truly making a difference. Stories like these spur us on.
Partner with us in broadcasting the gospel around the world. This is AWR 360.